But also we as humans are very adaptable, and we adapt to the environment around us. And what I found, it was a sort of triangle in a number of organizations that I was looking at. And that was that as people entered the organization, there was much more greater diversity of thinking. Risk and evidence are always a little bit in the minority. It's never equally distributed at the bottom, but there was greater cognitive diversity. But as people went up the ladder, there were two things that were happening. One, you're right, Kylie, that leaders were selecting people who looked just like them. We all know about that mini-me bias, and that's what people do, not just in terms of demographic diversity, but also in the way that people think about things. And I told you there was the leader from the outside who said to me, oh, you just can't make a decision. So he didn't like the way I was thinking, and he was trying to put it, do a put down around it. But it's just I didn't think like him. There was nothing wrong with my thinking. So leaders select people who look like them, so they'll pull them up to the top of the tree. But because we're adaptable as humans, we morph. And that's what I saw in this results. It was sort of, it was a little bit creepy in a way that as people progressed, they sort of shed that skin of what they could see wasn't being valued in their organization, and they became more like the leaders. And in particular, and I described that leader with the whiteboard, who was very outcomes and options oriented. At the top of the tree, 75% of leaders are outcomes and options oriented. And so they're choosing people and people are adapting. But what you get at the top of the tree then is conversations which are not fully exploring those 6 different ways of thinking about things, because it's harder to find them. And so the important part here is to nurture that capability coming up the tree, or if you don't have it at a senior group, to sort of import it from the outside. Or if you have someone in that group who has a secondary. So I said before that my secondary might be around people, that I'm sort of empathetic and conscious of a people orientation, stakeholder engagement, capabilities with people. Then, you're trying to bring that out as a secondary in me, So, Juliet, could you bring a sort of people orientation to this conversation? Because we obviously don't have it in the room at the moment as someone's primary.